First and foremost, the Raiders' hopes to win the division are all but over. This was a game the Raiders had to win. They lost to the worst team in the division at home. They are now 2-4 and 0-2 in the division. Officially, they are the worst team in the division. This was an awful game and the Raiders just weren't able to respond. The Raiders just need a win to get things going again. I know the obvious culprit is John Kondo for the bad snap, but this was a team loss. First off, there were 2 turnovers by Derek Carr that can't happen. The Raiders offense got the ball back with 6 minutes to go and weren't able to close out the game. The Chargers needed to march from their own 8-yard line to get into field goal range, and the defense couldn't stop them. The special teams, offense, and defense all had a chance to close the game and weren't able to get it done. The Raiders defense still isn't able to get off the field on 3rd down. The Chargers had the worst offense on 3rd down and still converted early and often. This Raiders defense isn't very good and needs to get off the field when given the chance. The Chargers were able to convert with relative ease and the Raiders just couldn't get it done. The Chargers converted multiple times on the final drive to chew up the clock. Just not good. Chargers running back Melvin Gordon gashed the Raiders out of the backfield. He was left open and uncovered multiple times, especially on 3rd down. I don't know if it's a scheme or something, but this is becoming a habit. The Raiders had this happen multiple times and didn't make any adjustments. Losing Marquel Lee didn't help, but this was ridiculous. I'm guessing Nicholas Morrow was assigned to coverage, but Ken Norton Jr. needs to adjust. So much for covering tight ends as a focus. Hunter Henry was open time and time again, finishing with 5 catches for 90 yards. The secondary was banged up heading into this game, but this is a point of emphasis. It seemed like every time Henry got the ball, it was for big yards. The key was on a 3rd and long, and Henry caught the ball for 23 yards. That ultimately got them into field goal range. How has the defense not figured out some sort of answer for the tight ends yet? Now, let's move on to the offense. This is not the Raiders' offense of last year. It could be because they were trying to protect Derek Carr, but this offense is not in any sort of rhythm. Where are the explosive plays? The Raiders' passes were mostly short distance and didn't take any deep shots in the second half. If nothing else, the Raiders should call some deep shots to drive the defense back and maybe have a shot at pass interference. This point goes down to Todd Downing, and he got away from the running game again. Marshawn Lynch only had 13 carries for 63 yards. He was averaging almost 5 yards a carry, and for some reason, they got away from it. Not only that, there was almost no play action calls by Todd Downing. Derek Carr works best off play action and taking deep shots down the field. The running game was working, and the Chargers had the worst run defense in the NFL for a reason. This is a trend, and Downing must figure it out. This might just be me looking for something positive, but at least Amari Cooper got involved. He caught some slants and quick passes, finishing with 5 catches for 28 yards. The key was on the few plays that Derek Carr threw to him deep on the final drive in the first half. Not a good game by any stretch, but it is a start. Again, not taking any deep shots didn't help. Let's plan on giving Cooper some jump balls next week. He's excellent at high pointing the ball, and that might just be what we need to jumpstart Cooper. For the biggest positive, it has to be Marquette King. He routinely pinned the Chargers deep and did his part this game. In fact, he averaged 56.5 yards per punt, and he already had the highest average in the NFL heading into the game. The cherry on top was the amazing catch he had on the high snap to set up the PAT. The timing was thrown completely off, but at least he got the ball down and gave Trevecchio a chance. If there was a game ball this game, it would go to King. The Raiders don't have very much time to feel sorry for themselves and lick their wounds. They played the Chiefs at home on Thursday night. The season could very well be on the line this game. It will take a miracle to win the division, and it will take a lot to get a wildcard slot. The Chiefs have the Raiders' number, and quite simply, the games haven't been competitive. If it wasn't the case already heading into this game, the Raiders' backs are against the wall, and they need to respond.